I work in water and wastewater, and water is considered liquid gold. The prediction is there will be wars being fought for water eventually. And what people don't understand is, where does this water actually come from? Many people are fortunate enough to open a tap and they get water, but that's not the case in many countries, even till this day. I think whichever place you work in, whatever industry you work in, you have a voice. You have a place. When you see things like global peace chain, don't tell yourself that I have no place in this. Find out where you fit in. Or even if you don't fit in, find out where you can form a space for what you do.
Hello and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which we are watching on Glocast. And we have another very exciting guest from South Africa. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kerisha, also known as Kerry. And I am from South Africa.
You are from South Africa and
Yes.
we are in London. So how do you came to know about that global peace chain and that event?
Social media. So yeah, I was on one of the websites, I think, and then I saw conferences and this came up. And I found it interesting because, people would wonder, what is a chemical engineer doing at a global peace chain
Yeah, she's a
conference?
chemical engineer and I'm so surprised by that.
What I read about the global peace chain was also dealing with the SDGs.
Okay.
Yeah, so SDG 6, which is water and sanitation. So I thought that is appropriate for what I do.
So is it the first time you are appearing and participating in any global conference, or you practice that otherwise?
I've been to the World Youth Forum that was held in Egypt in 2019. Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was amazing because there were like 8,000 participants, delegates at that time, and I think 5 days of full stuff that was
So
happening.
the people watching you and never they have any ambition or any plan to come on any conferences, do you want to motivate them or invite them to attend such conferences?
Yes, I think that many people don't realize where their place is. So in something like Global Peace Chain, I work in water and wastewater, and water is considered liquid gold. The prediction is there will be wars being fought for water eventually. And what people don't understand is, where does this water actually come from? Many people are fortunate enough to open a tap and they get water, but that's not the case in many countries, even till this day. And what they also don't realize is, where I work and where we actually see conflicts happening is that you go to areas that were not serviced before. So I come from South Africa, which is a deep history with apartheid. So people that were less and disadvantaged now have to fight for their right to something simple as water. Without water, you won't have an economy that's actually running. And now you have to go to places where there's protest actions. And you think to yourself, how can I actually face such situations? Because when I'm going in there, I don't go in a capacity as an engineer. I have to go there knowing that I have to satisfy all these people, all these stakeholders, be able to give them water and actually handle a crisis that occurs, which is where conflict occurs, protests occur. People may not think that this is directly linked to something like the global peace chain that comes with leadership and peace building. But when you actually see the climate that we live in, that there's protests being made for people that want water, then you understand, okay, I need these skills. I need to know how to handle conflict, to actually go into these areas.
This is very interesting and very important for all of them to understand this phenomena and the whole phenomena. As you mentioned, the climate changes and the environment issues, we are seeing that there are so many countries and in regions which are facing severe flood situation right now, and there are so many countries like these that they don't have any problem. But what is that phenomena? Who is responsible for that? That some regions are are facing so much climatic problems and challenges, and some are not. Who is responsible? Can you please identify or analyze the situation?
So I'll use an example of South Africa, because we've had, so what happened was in 2022, we had massive floods, particularly in the province that I live in, KwaZulu-Natal.
Can we call it a natural disaster or is it a man-made disaster?
The thing is, it's a natural disaster, but the effects are usually caused by man-made issues.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the actual infrastructure, and that's where we fall short in the country, something simple like your drainage system, people don't have we don't take responsibility for the place that we live in. If I say this is the street that I live on, why do I have to dump litter everywhere? You just think that one packet of chips that you're dumping there, that's not going to harm anything. That bottle of cool drink is not going to harm anyone. But with everybody doing it, suddenly you have sewer systems that are clogged up, that when heavy rains come, where does the water go to? And a very typical example again of South Africa, under apartheid South Africa, so pre-1994, we had communities that were not getting water and electricity as well. Now you come in 2025. So for example, if you had a pipeline that was giving 1,000 people water then, now it's giving 25,000 people, but you haven't done anything to that pipeline. So what would happen to that? So the lack of management of infrastructure directly is, so you have a natural disaster and then man-made disaster, not being able to, lack of maintenance, something simple like lack of maintenance. And then you ask, why? And then that's where the whole thing comes back to everybody's complaining about corruption, about government. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, you come with a simple issue, just say the word water and people just think, I open the tap and I get it. Nobody thinks of all the other stuff that actually
there are so many causes.
that factors into it.
And then we see so much violations of the water treaties, like Indus Water Treaty. If you have read about that, do you know Indus Water Treaty? Indus Water Treaty, do you know about that? Please read about that. You will learn to know, you would come to know about so much interesting things.
Because I know that now there's a whole thing, I think Ethiopia is opening something so there's fight now for the River Nile. Like who gets most possession of that water.
Okay, we will inshallah study more about these. Any last message you want to give to our youth or society at the end?
I think whichever place you work in, whatever industry you work in, you have a voice, you have a place. When you see things like global peace chain, don't tell yourself that I have no place in this. Find out where you fit in. Or even if you don't fit in, find out where you can form a space for what you do, and then come to such events, get your voice heard. The only way that you're going to make some change is if you start somewhere. We all just view ourselves as either we view ourselves that we can change the world, or I'm just one person, I can't do anything. Find that middle ground and sometimes start simple, start at home. If you can get at least one person to change in their lifetime, you would have had some you would have made a significant difference. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Carrie. That was a great conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.